Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to this live show. So, hope you're all well, and I hope you're doing fine, hunkering down at this moment when we're all kind of on lockdown. Well, most of us are anyway. So, I hope you're all faring well. Um, so this is Ask Me Anything show. So anything about it, unless it's rude or anything like that, no, you can't ask me those sorts of questions. But ask me anything, which can be about, the. I can't even say the word because if I even say the word, I will. This I got I just have to explain, okay. I put up a video about the current issues we have with this pandemic. Even if I say that, I don't know why, but it kind of, they take down the video. So I have to be careful what I say. So I can't mention the C word, okay. And so crazy, isn't it? It's very current at the moment too. So you can ask me about anything here, and there's lots of. I don't know about you guys if you've been watching a lot of videos recently on, controversial videos, uh, those kind of things. On YouTube, quite interesting what people have been saying. And one that I was quite interested in was something that Vandy Washington said on what one of the comments, which was, this this dark 3 days of darkness or something, which I'm going to have a look at on Patreon. If you're with Patreon, I'm going to look into that because that does kind of bleed into what I have actually done my readings on too, on Patreon, especially about the internet. Okay, I found that quite fascinating. So I did put up somebody else's video on there, and I'm going to do a follow-up on that video because it's similar to what I picked up. Now, in the newspaper, which is also resonant to my prediction, which is it came up today that we may have, which is strange because I actually do call it blackouts, okay. And it says, it came up and it says that we will have blackouts because of the electricity, manning the electricity companies and all that kind of thing may lead to electrical blackouts. How kind of strange is that after my prediction? Because I said blackout, but I wasn't sure if it was a blackout of light or if it was a blackout of media and internet. But if it was a blackout of electricity, it would be a blackout of everything. And I said the only thing that you would be able to get any news on would be the radio. And I picked that up too as a prediction. Now, a radio you can get batteries for, okay? A radio you can have in your car that runs off your car battery. So, I'm kind of a little bit surprised that this is coming up after that prediction that I've done, which was, I think it was like a week or 2 weeks ago. I didn't know any of this. I had no idea of this prophecy, which was many years ago, in the 1800s, this 3 days of blackout. I had no idea of that. I don't follow those prophecies. And now we have that this could actually happen. But I said that on my Patreon, video. If you're interested in following this, I've got part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 next, okay? Because and I think all of them I did before the actual event. So when you do look at those videos, have a look at the dates when I said that, because people will say, well, you know, it did happen, so what? But it's actually the dates, because I said the first video that I did is somebody kind of said to me, is this going to get bad, Yvonne? Or how bad is this going to get? Sorry, my nose is itching, because when I get a nose itch, I get intuitive energies. Okay. Hello, Susan. Okay. Sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. Thank you for your donation, Susan. Thank you so much. I'll come to that in a few seconds. Okay. And if anybody does want a private reading, well, private, personal, mini reading like that to make a complimentary super chat donation, thank you. I will come to that. So funny that somebody said to me, they requested it on Patreon and said, is this going to get bad, or is this just like people just scaremongering? And I actually said on that reading, it's going to get bad. We're going to get shocked at the amount of people that are going to die. And now I said this when the death toll in UK was about 100. And I don't even feel America, there was even many deaths in America at that point. And I said, so, you know, that's at the time when we didn't know this was just going to maybe do a full kind of turnaround and go down this road of like things getting better. So I kind of predicted that this was going to get very bad. And on Patreon, and it's there if you want to see this on Patreon. But the thing is with Patreon, guys, if you're thinking about joining Patreon, a lot of it's uncut readings and it's like really close to the bone. And you know, I share that on there. And the thing is about Patreon too, is that they've actually put up on my Patreon, as I go onto my Patreon, it flashes up to say, you know, our platform is not greedy. Well, in other words, it's saying our platform is not greedy for advertisers. And because of the climate at the moment of what's going on, the crisis in our world with this CV, that we don't, you know, they're not scared of what you talk about. It's not being ad friendly or anything like that, because the basis for Patreon is that people, my kind of followers, you guys come and support me. And you actually, rather than paying for the ads, you come and support me, okay, which is like from $5 a month to support me. And because there's none of this, it kind of allows the creators to be creative and not be careful what they say, okay? And that's why I'm able to do uncut readings on Patreon, which I love to do, because I'm able to express myself as I'd like, as I want to express myself, you know, authentically here on YouTube. And I think there's so many issues with the ads and monetization and things like that, and being careful what you're saying and the words that you're using. I can't even say CV because I got one of my videos, which I didn't even know that it had been shut down until I'd actually, the live show, and I'm sure some of you would have watched that. I had no idea. I was chatting away for about an hour. Then when I went back to replay it, I thought there was I noticed there were no chat. And I went back and it had been cut off for no reason. I didn't even say anything bad. So I don't think that's right for a platform to do that to creators and their communities and people that follow, and people that follow. It's not fair for you guys who come specially to see this show live to join in with the chat and the community to actually do that. Okay, so that's why I'm with Patreon. Lots of other reasons too. Okay, so let's have a look at Sun Lehman. Hi, Sun. What talents or qualities of mine are good for a career? Oh, wow. Sun Lehman, what kind of talents? Well, I feel that your talents that you are thinking about, I think you need a day job. Because I think there is some kind of creative, artistic talents that you have. And I think you're aware of that, Sun Lehman. But there is so much competition with those talents that you're thinking of. I think you've got a myriad of talents, but I feel that you actually need a day job to to kind of be parallel to these talents that you want to create. So I do get. Let me know if I'm hitting the spot, Sun Lehman. I'd like to know, because I can be chatting away to myself here and I don't know. So this is saying you are very creative, and I get the Princess of Cups. So I get you as a girl. I don't know. Looking at a career. And I see you very creative, very artistic, very sensitive, very watery. You see the watery here. So I see you as an artist, and I think you've said that already. But the watery side of you is your passion, your love, your emotions that you pour into your art. Okay. Now, you're an artist. Okay. Well, I think you know that something like that is very difficult to break into. And you could even open a gallery and open a shop. Then you'd have overheads for that. You can display your artwork in galleries to pay for that. If any of your paintings or artwork is sold. And that's a little bit hit and miss. It's hit and miss. So I get here, you are very talented, and many artists are very talented. And I had a friend who was an artist, and my brother's an artist. A lot of my family are artists. I'm an artist. I'm a creator. So I feel it's very, very hard to get into anything that's creative. And I'm only being truthful. I think you know that, Son. I think you know that already. So what career will be successful? Well, I feel, and this is being realistic, is work on some boring day job, but that's going to bring in the money to pay the rent, to pay the bills, in parallel with your artwork. Okay, I see you doing your artwork until the end of your days, until you die. The day job is there till you retire, and once you retire, you can put your fullness into this art then around retirement. I think you've even tried to do design work, haven't you? I think, that's coming up. You're looking at fabric design work. I'm getting fabric design work. If you've not thought of that, it's something that you could look into as well. Fabric design work as part of your creativity. Yeah, design. again, that's another very competitive area. But designing, you can do that freelance too. You can do, I mean, I know nothing about design, but I'm getting here design work, fabric design, freelance design. Also doing that on the sideline, as well as a day job, as well as what you have your heart and soul into, which is your artist work. Okay, I think you know what I mean here. So in which way can you take this career? Freelance design, also painting your artwork as well, which you know that takes hours and days and even months if you're working on a painting. And then your day job. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Okay, so there you go. That's what I get for you, son. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty kind of realistic. Pretty good. We have to be real and see the world as it is. It's very kind of competitive, even here on YouTube. You know, I feel I deserve more views, but you know, it's up to people, and it's up to, we have to rely on people like YouTube to put us up on the top there so people can see us. And sometimes we're at the bottom. You know, it takes a while to get on top of the pile, if you ever get on top of the pile. Okay, I think you know that, son. Okay, you know that, you're aware of that. So prepare yourself for that. Prepare yourself. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. This is what this is saying. Have a few things going on. This like website, or reaching out to fabric, you know, fabric design. I get that. And also little things that you can, and also a day job as well. Okay. So I hope that's helped you. Thank you. I hope that's helped you. Yeah. So that's what I get for you. So thank you, everyone here. If you do want a mini reading, to actually make a super chat donation, just to show that you support me. Otherwise, it's asking questions generally about everything here. Okay. Hello, everyone. How are you? Hello, Bray. Hello, Bray. Thank you, Bray R. Thank you for your donation. That's very kind of you, for supporting me. Thank you. Had a major misunderstanding with my guy. Kind of went off on him. Oh, okay. Try to, now I'm picking up the energies here. There's a reason why you went off on him. I feel that he's not kind of, he doesn't seem to rationalize, or it can't seem to work out what it is you're trying to, what is your point? That's what I'm getting. What is your point here? That's what I'm getting from this guy. He doesn't seem to get, or he does not want to get what your point is. He just sees your mouth going like this. And he just sees you getting angry. Well, I feel this is also going back to his childhood. You know, you'd rather sit down and talk, and let's talk this out, and let's talk this through. But, you know, it's like upsetting mommy. It's like upsetting mommy. And it's like, as soon as you say something like, can we talk? Can we sit down and talk? It kind of brings up, it presses buttons of memories, either from a past relationship or marriage, or something in his childhood where he would get reprimanded. So as soon as you even say very calmly, we need to talk, it's kind of that grown up, you know, that mommy or that teacher or that father that actually sees this as like punishment. You know, we need to sit at the table and we need to talk, that kind of thing. So I do pick this up, and Bray, before we get into your question, so kind of went off on him because you know, he's not listening to you. He kind of shuts down when you get to the point of, I just need to talk to you about something. You try to apologize to him, try to apologize and explain, where my mind was. Yeah, I can understand you want to talk about something, you want to work something out here. And you tried to apologize and explain where your mind was, but he's ignoring me. Should I give up? Give him space? Will we be able to work it out? Everybody's had a bad day. Some people have bad days, some people have good days, some people have, they're going through some health condition or something like that. Now, I would expect that you have a partner that would meet you in the middle and say to you, okay, and you've said, look, I'm going through this at the moment, and please. And if you explain this and they still don't understand, like if you turn around and say, look, I'm going through this at the moment, I may lose my rag, I may get overstressed, I just need to explain to you. If they just shut down as soon as you start talking like that, which is grown up and adult, if you start being like an adult and talking like an adult and saying things like, I'm not going to repeat myself here, but if you but I feel that with you, I feel that, Bray, that you have to repeat yourself constantly to this guy. So I feel that if you sit there and before you lose your rag, say, hey, I'm going through this at the moment, whether this is something medical, whether this is your hormones, whether this is, and say it when you're calm. Just say, I've got this person at work, or this is happening to me, and I'm sorry if I feel, if I'm kind of not in the mood to talk, or maybe I lose my rag over nothing. I'm sorry. Okay, it's not you. It's what I'm going through at the moment. I'm trying to work through this. If you sit down in a very reasonable way and explain this, and this person, as soon as you start to talk in an adult way like this, kind of looks at you and shuts you down, well, it's their problem. If they look at you and shut you down like that, and cannot be a grown up and accept that you have, you've lost your temper, you can't, you've lost, your end of your tether. I can't deal with this. But I don't pick this up. I don't pick this up as your fault. I feel this as you saying we need to talk, or trying to talk things through, and you ending up getting very frustrated because this person is just blanking you, just not listening to you, not even listening to what you're saying, and just watching you with your mouth going like that. I know that sounds funny to some of you, but when you're trying to talk to a toddler in a man's body, or vice versa in a woman's body, it's very frustrating. And I think you have to realize, is this person going to support me when, there's no excuse to lose your temper to somebody that doesn't deserve it. You come home from work, you've had a bad day, and this is happening quite a lot, and you rip into your partner for no particular reason. And then either you or the other person say, hey, can we sit down and talk? I'm willing to talk this through, and the other person is just blanking you, is not willing to talk this through. I get some immaturity issues here, okay. So, Bray, I don't know whether that rings a bell for you, but I feel that, let's have a look here. Let's pull some cards out for you, Bray. So you try to apologize. Yeah, well, you see, somebody who does not want to deal with anybody's, who feels like everything is going to be perfect every single day of their life. And how dare you make this bad? Okay. I think you have to think, is this the right person you want to be with? If you're willing to say, I apologize, I need to talk to you about this. I'm going through so much at the moment, and I shouldn't have said that, and I'm sorry. If they can't accept that, then that's somebody who has some kind of mental issues themselves. The Moon card, okay. If they can't take on this and take it as an adult and say, okay, yeah, I accept your apology, but I just need a few days to kind of cool down and just kind of work this through, what this means to me in an adult way, you can accept that. But there's nothing, okay, there's nothing here. This person's ignoring you. Should you give up? Yes, you should give up. You've apologized to this person. For it's a different story if you or this person, anybody here, if you or anybody comes to you blasting at you and being abusive to you or being aggressive to you, and it blows you off your feet and it upsets you, and they do this to the point of upsetting you, there's no excuse for that. And then you don't even apologize for that. And that's just not on. You would expect somebody not to be with you anymore and walk away and walk away from you. If you do that to someone, that's abuse. And if you do that without apologizing and saying, look, I'm not making excuses up here, I just need to say I'm going through this at the moment, and it's just too much to deal with, and I need to sit down and talk with you over this and just explain. And you know, I'm finding it so hard to deal with. Then if that person is going to blank you even so and ignore you, then there's something wrong there. Maybe give them time to think. But if they're going to walk away from someone who's being transparent and apologizing and saying, hey, I'm sorry, you know, I'm so sorry. I've just been going through so much. I can't cope with this, that, the other. And they run away anyway and put their head in the sand. I think you have to kind of think, well, do I want to be with that person? And also, if they run away, if they're the perpetrator and they're blasting at you and they don't even bother to apologize to you, then that's something as well. And you can't sit down and you can't say, hey, we just need to talk about that. Hey, can we sit down and talk about that? Can we try to resolve this? Please tell me why you shouted like that at me, because that was really scary. And I need to know. And that person does not talk to you, does not apologize to you, walks away from you, then you have to realize there's something going on with them. If they can't have a grown-up conversation, then there's something drastically wrong. Okay, so if he's ignoring you, should you give up? I would say to him, just send him a message, or however you are. I feel there's something wrong with him. This is really dug into some kind of open wound here. And I would say, look, I apologize. It was me just venting off, and it wasn't meant to be at you. I solely, really deeply apologize, because if this was like a one-off, then if it's not a one-off and it's something that reoccurs over and over and over again, Bray, I feel it's something that you need to get managed in your life, okay? Whether that's imbalances of whatever that is in your life, in your body, I think you need to go and get that balance, because if this is reoccurring, then this guy is getting really tired of this. But if it's just a one-off, like once every 6 months and you blow your top, and then afterwards you say, "Oh, I'm sorry about that, shouldn't have done that," then that's different, because relationships can be like that, but it all depends on the reaction here. I give him space, but first of all, because you're the one that's at fault here in a way, I would say, unless it started off where they would not sit down and talk to you about something that was serious that you need to sit down and talk about. It could be about something in both of your lives that you needed to resolve. If he was saying, "I don't want to talk about that now," and keeps putting it off and acting like a child, then really you need to think to yourself, if there's any serious issues in our lives, are we able to sit at the table and talk about this and resolve this? Or is this person going to act like a damn child, and where it gets to the point where I have to shout at this person to actually get this through? Now I have to get here, this is toxic. I get the devil card. It's toxic. There's a toxicity here. And this has to, maybe this person, I'm not saying it's you, but if they're pulling away, knowing that you're going to go crazy on them, and they kind of enjoy to see you in that crazy, anxious state, and they build you up in that anxious state, so you start screaming and they know exactly what they're doing, then that's toxic. If they refuse to sit down and talk to you in a very grown-up way, and they leave you to stew and stew and stew until you absolutely blow your top and make you ill, then that is toxic. Okay, I get a toxic thing here. Yeah, I get something toxic. If it's toxic, you need to walk away. You need to walk away from that, okay? Because they will make you feel as if it's your fault. Okay, Bray. Thank you, Bray. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your support. And he won't talk to me, but keeps sending pictures every day. But I did apologise every day since Saturday. But if he's just mad or done with me, it's so frustrating. I think it's toxic. I think this is toxic. I can't tell you and educate yourself about people who are toxic. He's giving you mixed messages and sending you photographs every day. Yeah, he's not. He's got kind of hot and cold. He's saying, I'm here, dangling carrots, but kind of pulling away. So that is making you even more frustrated, because what he's doing is getting you to work hard. Go and educate yourself about toxic people, because the games that are, it wouldn't even enter your mind. As far as you're concerned, you have kind of got angry because you've become frustrated over something that was possibly caused by him in the first place for not listening. But he knows how to, it's learning how to press your buttons. He's learned how to press your buttons, and he's sitting back and enjoying the show. And that's what I'm getting here, Bray, okay? Because this is not, for him to keep sending you pictures every day. It doesn't make sense, does it? You either want to be with someone or you don't want to be with someone. So I would say there's some toxicity there. I don't feel that is from you, Bray. It was something he posted, and I was asked a question about it. He downplayed it, and it made me mad. Okay, he did that on purpose. He wanted to wind you up. He knows how to press your buttons here, okay? He knew that you was going to ask a question about that. And he's just getting a reaction from you. And he's enjoying that reaction. I told you, what did I say? I say he's caused this, and that's what I picked up here. If he's put something offensive against you and against your relationship on social media, and you ask a question, you have a right to ask that question. Where in a relationship, I want to know why you put that on social media. You know, what, and you're not getting any answer from that, and it's just winding you up even more and more and more. He's done that deliberately, and that's why I got the toxic card there. He's created this sitting back and watching the show. I'll just watch the show. Do you want that? It's up to you. Do you want that? Do you want that in your life? Because you'll end up a nervous wreck. You'll end up having a breakdown yourself. You won't know whether you're coming or going, and all this kind of thing. Because these people, they play with your mind. They play with your mind, and they damn well know it. Okay, it's all about power and control. I'm not going to go over that now, but that's what I pick up for you, Bray. Okay. Sorry to tell you this. A lot of us have been there. I've been there. I didn't know why I was getting the cold shoulder. I didn't know why I was getting ghosted. I didn't know why I was suddenly, for no damn reason, was frozen out in conversation. And it was I learned after a while, it was just because they were pressing my buttons. They knew that was going to get me mad. So just be aware of that. And anybody who is in any toxic relationship, narcissism. I didn't want to talk about narcissism, but seeing as we're on the subject, just watch out for those games. You know, that partner of yours put something on social media and he downplayed it. He knew that would upset you. So just be aware, those things are big red flags. Okay. So that's what I'm picking up. You take what you want from this, Bray. It's totally up to you. I would, if I was you, if you apologized for shouting at him, for him putting something offensive on social media that's offensive to you, and he had no respect for you by doing that, and then you apologize for him doing something wrong, that's toxic. Okay, that's toxic. I would walk away. But I can't tell you to do that. You know, it's really horrible to wake up to somebody who feels that they are more clever than you, more powerful than you, because they know how to press your emotional buttons. And when you wake up to that, you start to distrust most people around. And then you learn after a while to start to trust these people around you. And then you're awake, you're more kind of awake to, you start to get to know someone before you get involved, because you start to see after a while the puppet master and the strings. And I feel that's what you're doing at the moment, Bray. Okay, it's up to you what you do. Don't let this person pull your strings. That's all I can say there. Okay. Okay, well, if you've got a red flag there already, Bray, I'd be gone. I'd run away. I'd run a mile. Okay. So, Alicia Jones. Hi there, Alicia. Have you got a question? Thank you for your super chat. Have you got a question? Debbie said, going back to that, yeah, it makes you feel terrible. It makes you feel dreadful because you don't even know what you've done wrong. Oh, I thought that what they're doing is testing you. If they start to test you like that, they're so insecure. If they have to test you in that manner to get your reaction, to see if you care, those tests get more severe over time. They'll get you jumping through hoops. And it's after a while, it's exhausting, it's painful, you don't know what you've done, and all of those kind of things. In fact, in the end, you end up kind of giving up. Think, I don't even know what to do now anymore. And you see it for what it is. You see it for what it is. You know, at the end of the day, you see it as someone who's quite insecure, that needs validation, that will do anything to get, whether they're with someone or not, they will look for validation, and they'll do it in front of you. And that's what's happened to you, Bray. So I think, you know, you have to look at that, and don't feel bad or sorry for someone who's insecure, where you have had to apologize for their bad behavior. It's not on, okay? Okay, Alicia, hi there. I would like to know, what employment direction should I go in that's going to be better for your family situation? Funny situation at the moment. Is this because of the CV kind of lockdown, where people are kind of wondering? I'm picking this up for you, Alicia. I feel because of the lockdown and the way things have gone with employment statuses and jobs at the moment, it's throwing people into a situation of, wow, this is not secure. And, you know, what if we do go into a recession? Then what would I do then? You know, that's good for my family to supply my family with security and all of this kind of thing. I think this is in most people's minds, not just it's quite something that people are thinking about at the moment, Alicia. So I think this is around this situation that we're going through over the world. Is that correct, Alicia? Let me know. Give me some feedback if I'm touching on the right thing. I think it's the climate, and it's like, gosh, I need to think of something that will work here. Right, so I'm looking at, if you're thinking, and I know a lot of people are going to run towards helping medically here with people. But I feel if you're in the USA, I don't know where you are, Alicia, you've not said where you are, but if you are, just let me know. I'd appreciate it. What are they crying? Okay, we've got a crisis, a world crisis. It's not going to go away after the world crisis, after this is over. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of people out of work, searching for jobs, that kind of thing. The only thing that's stable at the moment would be actually going towards something that they need at that present time. Okay. So what is your country in need of at the moment that is going to last you for the next year at least, and possibly beyond? Okay, Alicia, I'm a licensed hairstylist, but not in the state that I live in. I need to rethink. Yeah, I thought, is that because of this CV profession? What's that? I need to rethink my profession as a dental assistant, or what medical direction do I go into as far as taking? Okay, now you are a hairstylist, but not in the state that I live. I need to rethink my profession as a dental assistant. Okay, because they're not going to need dental assistants just now, I feel. Georgia, okay. I'm thinking if you can get into a medical direction, although you're in a medical direction, but it's something they're asking dentists and things to help. Have you thought about that? They're asking dentists and people like that to help on with this CV. So maybe look into that. Okay, maybe look into where you can help medically in this crisis at the moment. Okay, because I think that the way things are going at the moment to make your family stability financially is looking at your country and what do they need at the moment. Okay, well, they're trying to keep the food chain going and they're trying to desperately get medical workers. You could possibly divert your career towards a nursing, maybe a nursing degree or something like that. Maybe you can get onto something like that, or maybe to help at this present time, and maybe further down the line look at that, because that's what your country at the moment, Georgia, in Georgia, you need to look at what it is that your country wants from you. You could divert that dental assistant into some medical assistant. Okay, maybe you need to look into that, because there is putting people to sleep and things like that. You have experience in, and they will want people who know something about ventilators. And although you don't do ventilation in your dental work, but they will want people that, because this is going to go on a long time and the economy is going to be dropping. You're not going to have an abundance of choices of careers at this present time unless you are thinking about going into a food chain, not cafes or things like that, like farming, supermarkets, supplying, making sure that keeps going, and also helping with nursing assistant. Maybe you could transfer your skills, say, hey, I am a dental nurse assistant and I'd like to transfer my skills to a nursing assistant, and then maybe from there you could build that up into a career to be a nurse. Because we have to look at the situation that's happening in our world and what is it they need. What is it they need to keep you secure in this time for your family? And I think that's all you can think about at the moment, is whatever is going at the moment, because I think we are going to come out of this struggling economy-wise the world over. So you have to grab what's out there, and you've got a skill there that you could transfer. Okay, just saying, that's what's coming through for you, Alicia. Okay. Oh, it is, Alicia. You've answered your own question. The medical field is always something you could go into, operative assistant or something like that. It doesn't, or something medical. You've answered your own question. I think that's the way to go for you. Okay. Yeah, the NYC and New York State, they have, it's been on the TV here, nurses, please come to New York City. If you would be offered accommodation, you'd be earning the money and all that kind of thing. Anybody thinking of maybe getting a job where they're going to get regular pay for some time and they've got medical experience, you're going to get snapped up in places like New York City. Okay. So think about it. Think about what your country needs at the moment, and that's where you need to go. Because if you go in another direction and there's an economy problem, and you may not be successful in that. My ginger beer. So they need nursing assistants. There you go. Well, there you go. I think you've answered your question there. So your confusion is over about that. And Nikila Love, thank you for supporting me with your donation. Will he leave me alone? I think this person, why am I picking up a bully? And because you were not because he was not able to control you, this person will not leave you alone. And this is stalking. Okay, stalking. And like I said earlier, when you get somebody with narcissism or something like that, it's all about mind games. And if they can't have you, they will scare you, and they will put fear into you if they're serious, and that's stalking. It's stalking. If you've kind of woken up to that person and you don't want to know anymore, and you thought, well, I've woken up to you with your damn mind games. I've woken up to you not allowing me to have an opinion. I've woken up to you ignoring my gifts and my kind of intellectual level to make sure that I'm beneath you. I've woken up to all of that, the mind games, and the psychological cruelty, depletion, ignoring me, making you look as if you're not worthy, making them think to themselves that you are beneath them. You've done all that. You've seen it. You've seen the truth of this person. You've seen the master. You've seen the puppet master, and you've seen the strings, and you don't want no more of that. But you see, these kind of people, if they can't, they get fixated and obsessed. Okay, and I can't go into that here because again, this is like control. It is again pure narcissist. There's too many damn narcissists out there, and it's about scaring you, because if you don't want them, they'll make you scared. They want to continue this mind game, although you've left, and it continues. So it's stalking. That's what you call stalking. If somebody will not leave you alone. They want to continue controlling you because that's what they did before. Sorry, my nose is itching. I get this when I get intuitive energies. Okay, so is it going to continue? Do not feed that person with energy. Okay, whether that is you answering the phone and you saying, can you please leave me alone? Because when you get a stalker or a narcissist or somebody like that who's damn crazy off the rocker, you saying, can you please leave me alone? Even if you pick up the phone and nobody's at the end of it, just put the phone back down. Because when you feed somebody like that, when they just are kind of clinging on to the threads, the last kind of threads of that narcissistic supply or whatever supply they're looking for that makes them feel good, like, oh, I got some kind of reaction, and that's something that feeds them. So every time you say to them, can you leave me alone? I am asking you another time, please leave me alone. If you do not leave me alone, and they do tell you to say this, but sometimes they just damn well call you or standing on your doorstep to just get that narcissistic last thread of energy from you. If that person is not leaving you alone and you have stated to them in a very kind of monotone voice, because it has to be monotone, you have to say, can you can you not say, can you leave me alone? You have to say something like, because they know that you don't want them pestering them, and when you say please leave me alone, that sounds like that they are affecting you. But when you say something like, I do not want you to call this number, on a factual level, I do not want you to come onto this doorstep. If you do this again, I will call the police. You have to do it in a factual way. I do not want you to be at my workplace. Not, can you leave me alone? Can you leave me alone? That's emotional. You have to state the facts. And if you don't stop doing that, I am going to call the police if you do this again. And if they do it again, call the damn police, okay? Get an injunction on this person. So I think that's the only way you will get that person to leave you alone, because they feel they still own you, Nikila. And the first thing you have to do before you start to say, can you stop doing these things, or I'll call the police, is to firstly, do not give them any energy back. Do not call them. Do not, if you can see their number, block it. If you see them in the street, if they're at work, go the other direction or go out of the building another way. Just avoid that person. Avoid that person. If it's somebody at work who will not leave you alone, it's affecting your work, go and see someone. Say, I am being harassed by this person. I don't want to be put near this person, and I want to be left alone. Okay. And I feel this person is harassing me. And so you need to take measures but first of all, if you can get out of their way, please get out of their way and give them the message that you don't want them near you. Okay. So that's what I get here. So will he leave you alone? No, I don't feel he will leave you alone until you take those measures. Okay. I just feel he sees ownership in you, or that you're going to cave in to him, that you're going to give up. But you have to stick to your guns. You have to stick to your guns, okay? I don't give birthday readings because I think if I did birthday readings, everyone would say it was their birthday. No, I don't do birthday readings. Sorry, it sounds a bit cruel, but everybody tomorrow or the next day, I will get. I've done it before. I've done it before, maybe 5 years ago, and everybody was saying it's my birthday. So no, I don't do that. Okay. Yeah, it's just to help my channel because I don't get an awful lot of monetization. I don't feel anybody does on YouTube anymore, and they even stop your views. They even stop you growing for that reason. And with the crisis at the moment, the CV crisis, the first thing that companies do is cut down on their advertisements, and that's going to come in too for YouTube big time. So we're not going to get anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't do birthday readings. I'm sorry about that. No, because I've done it before and I got, I'm not silly. I get people saying it's my birthday. I get people sending me emails saying it's my birthday. So I'm sorry, that's something that I don't do. So thank you, everyone. Okay. So I hope that's helped you. The conclusion to that reading is that he's not going to leave you alone until you take some measures. That's what I get, Nikila. And try with the going go and kind of grey rock first, and if that doesn't work, then you have to take measures. Okay, that's how I would do it. If he's not taking the message after grey rocking, after saying, can you stop calling this number, I do not want you, but then you can block that person. If he keeps pestering you outside of the building or wherever, you can grey rock. If he still doesn't get the message, then you have to say to him, I'm going to have to call the police if this doesn't stop. Okay. And in fact, and keep a record too, because that's stalking. That's stalking. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to have a little drink of my... we've been on here 1 hour already. Isn't that quick? So I want to say thank you, everybody, for being here. Okay. And yeah, so I want everybody to thank you for being here. This is a great community. And it's an amazing community, and it's a lovely community. So thank you, Abraham, is it? And I don't do birthday readings, and please stop asking my community to pay for you. You know, I'm not silly. I wasn't born yesterday, so please stop that. You know, I don't mean to be rude, but please stop that. Okay, so let's do a daily reading, and you can ask questions too about anything that's general. Okay, Sweet Peaches, lol. If I could pay, I would ask my own question. Okay. Hi, Andrea. How are you? Lovely to see you. So what I'm going to do, if you do want to have a super chat donation reading, I'm going to stay on for another 20 minutes because I extend this for longer because of what's happening in the world, and it's nice, you know, it's nice to have company and all of us get together like this and support each other in this amazing community. Okay, but because of the crisis, I'm not going to get monetized. I don't expect to get monetized. If I've got ads on my videos, they'll possibly give me about 2 cents each video or something, each ad, and it's not even that. So, you know, I have to ask for support, or I'm just going to go, you know, into the wilderness like everybody else. And I do personal readings too, so please be aware of that too, that I do personal readings, but it's a lovely community. Okay, now this deck here, look how big it is. I don't know why I bought this because I find it hard to shuffle, but it's the Rider-Waite deck, and I thought I'd choose a different deck for the daily read. Now I do normally use my medieval deck, but I'm not going to use that because that goes really way deep. It goes really way deep. So let's have a look here. Hi, Laura. Thank you for your donation. Thank you. If you do want a super chat, I'm here for the next 20 minutes. I will start this in a minute. May I get a message from my higher self? Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you a message from your higher self here, Laura, which is more wiser. If anybody's wondering what the higher self, they probably know better than me, but the higher self is like also somebody who's wiser, who's actually experienced a lot of things, who can guide you in the right before you even get there, kind of thing. a message here from Laura's higher self. Just explain to the rest of the community what a higher self is. And that would be interesting too. Okay. So let's have a look here. What is the message here for Laura from her higher self? And I'm using my angel cards here. So let's hope we get the right message. Oh, I've got two actually. Okay. So the message here from your higher self is there are helpful people around you. So don't doubt that there's not helpful people around you. And I feel that you're wondering what this question is, but whatever this is, there is a yes here. There's a yes to from your higher self. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you are this is your kind of calling. And it's saying, and people will help you. There is helpful people around you. So that is a message there from your higher self there, okay. So yeah, so there you go. So that's what I get here. What I pick up intuitively from that message is that you are thinking about doing something, and you're a bit dubious if or you're a bit reluctant. But it's saying here from your higher self that there are helpful people to help you. And yes, you can do this. This is what this is saying. Okay. So let us know as the community, what is it that that you are thinking about, that you felt that, you're not sure about, that your higher self is saying, yes, you can. People will help you along the way. Please let us know. Okay, that's your message from the higher self. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that daily read. So the first card for the daily read is a new beginning. The Ace of Wands, a new beginning for the daily read. A new beginning, and because of heartbreak. You may have had a heartbreak, but this is something's been heartbreak. Now, I feel this is global, okay? It's global. We've been this heartbreak around us, and the situation globally at the moment is heartbreaking, and it's going to continue to be so for some time to come. Okay, so I get here that the Ace of Wands is there is a new beginning. There is a promise of light at the end here. Although it's heartbreaking to see, I don't like to see it. I don't like to put the TV on and look at what's happening. Justice will be done. Justice will be done. Justice will be done. Now, this could also be a personal heartbreak, or it could be, but this is good because this is saying this is going to move forward to a new beginning. Now, this is news. We're going to get news. Don't we get news every day? We're going to get news. We get news every day here of something happening very swift. I think this is about what's happening in the world, okay? It's bound to come out on the daily read. So this is heartbreaking, but there is a promise of a new beginning later on down the line. There needs to be justice, and there's news about this constantly. So, and this is happening very fast. So I feel what this is, and I'm going to be candid with you, this is happening faster. The rate of death rates from this CV, and I'm trying to keep upbeat about this, but it's difficult. We're here to get through this, okay? It's going to accelerate to a rate that's faster than we even imagined, okay? That's what's coming through here. Hi everyone. I am watching as much as I can to your comments. Thank you. So I want to say this is coming through, that this is happening, and it's coming from the divine, that there will be justice. Things are going to, there will be a new beginning. And I have the Emperor. So I feel the Emperor is a leader, leaders of our countries here. And yeah, there's invitations to help. Now, I feel things are going to get pretty desperate with the world. I know we don't want to hear this, but this is what's happening. Things are going to accelerate far more quickly than we actually thought they would, as predicted. The rate of the rate of fatalities is going to be faster than what we actually predicted. So there's going to be invitations to help each other here, like some kind of wartime kind of thing, because I get here, yeah, it's like help your neighbor, be generous to your community. It's about a social thing. We need to help each other. That kind of thing is coming through here, a community kind of spirit. We'll hear about this. Let's help each other. And work hard to get through this, So like I said, with that lady who wants a stable kind of future for her family, what career should she go into apart from a dental technician kind of assistant? I said, why doesn't she help with what the government are offering at the moment, which is medical workers, to go and help with that, because that will help you get some kind of stability within your working situation here. A lot of sacrifice will have to be done with people's lives. People will have to sacrifice, having to be on lockdown for longer periods than we actually thought. That's what's coming through on the daily read, and I didn't want to, but I feel this is what's going to come out on daily reads at the moment. Okay, I will summarize that daily read. It's saying help each other as a community and give your help to each other. Stop this selfishness in the world too. It's not just about you, it's about helping each other now. And I feel we'll hear this on the television, and this will be, the thing that will be expressed to everyone all over the world. Okay. So there is a warning in that, Helen Troy. There is, unfortunately. The warning is it's going to accelerate to heights of fatalities. This is where we're going to have to come together as one. Okay, I'm going to send you guys lots of love, and stay safe. Go by all of the world's recommendations, which is to stay indoors. It's going to be a very long thing to have to stay indoors, because I feel this this bug, I'll call it a bug because I'll get shut down if I call it anything else, is more kind of virulent than anticipated, and the only way to kind of get rid of this is for people to stop being together. And so try to help with it, to try to pass the time, even to try and earn money for your family. Do things that the government are offering, that they're going to pay to help the country. Okay, it's like we're in wartime. Do something for the effort to get our country and the world back together. okay, and look for work around, and I keep saying this, okay, look for work around the helping where you can. Even if you're laid off work for a while, go and help, okay? Even earn some extra money, I don't know, go and help, be a good neighbour, be a good community, extend your love to each other. And I'm going to say, good, stay safe, and I will see you, what is it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, possibly Thursday, for a live show again. If you want to join us, I'm going to do as many as I can while we're on lockdown. I'm also looking into going back to nursing to help with the effort. I can't sit here as a nurse with these skills and see this happening in front of me. I have to go and help. So I'll keep you informed about that journey. I'm still waiting. I don't know why it takes so damn long when they need people. I don't get that, but I'm waiting on this. So I will let you know what happens then. I'll take you on that journey with me. Okay, we'll share this together. And I'm going to say lots of love, guys. Thank you for all of your support and your donations and everything. You being here means so much to me. And all the donations that you give me, I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much. And I love all of you. And I want to say thank you, and I will see you Thursday at the same time. Thank you, Debbie said, for being a brilliant moderator. You're amazing, and I love you. I love you to pieces. I love all of you. Okay, take care. Remain safe. Do as the government says, and let's get through this. Okay, and bye for now. Bye bye.